What's up, everybody, and welcome back to your Friday evening 5 p.m. dose of Man Card Podcast, or as we like to call this episode, Man Check. Joining me as always.
Almost always, 90% of the time.
No, joining me as always. That's what you say when you introduce the co-host.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, joining me as always is the wonderful, beautiful, chiseled, sculpted Mitchell Peters.
And then there's me.
And then there's Mitchell.
Also named Mitchell Peters.
See, that's the thing. Whenever I compliment you, you can never
Just accept it.
just to take a compliment.
Yeah, no.
That is one piece of advice that I'm so glad that I've taken to heart, which is when somebody compliments me, I say, "Oh, you're generous. I really appreciate it."
Yeah. Not just like being like, it's one of those
It's
things
so
that like.
hard to just be so good looking.
It's not it. It's just I don't want to come off across as arrogant or cocky or full of myself.
That's it though. That's the thing is like I think people misunderstand compliments. It's like that Vine. Did you watch the Vine? You had Vine, right?
Yeah.
It was like the girl that was like, "Oh my gosh, Becky, you did so good. Oh, I wasn't even trying. Becky, just take the compliment."
I have seen that one. Yeah.
I did it wrong because
Yeah.
she went high pitch with it, but I'm a man, so I went low with it. But anyway, so this Friday, we're just going to do a quick check-in. I know there's been a lot going on with you recently.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, this is your first episode tuning in, please tune in every Friday because this is where we kind of just shoot the breeze and we catch up with each other's lives and, see if we're doing okay on the man card journey because I don't think that I've earned mine yet.
No, me neither. But
I don't
I'm
even know
working
what it
on
is.
I got a little piece that it might be coming in soon.
Yeah, so tell me about what's going on now. I know a little bit of it, but you can go into more detail.
Yeah, so not everybody. I had a car, a Hyundai Genesis Coupe.
Hold on, don't get too emotional. Don't get too emotional.
Hyundai Genesis Coupe 2.0 turbo, red, black rims. Oh, it was my baby. Her name was Rosie. She was like, I loved this car. Like I loved this car.
Very much so.
Yes, and anybody that knows me knows I love this car very much. Recently, unfortunately, about 2 weeks ago, she passed away. She went to car heaven. Wherever cars from Disney go when they die, that's where she went. But long story short, I was driving down the highway, got off the highway. My baby started making a little squealing noise. Got out, thought it was maybe one of the belts or something going on. Or I thought it was something with the tire initially. And I was like, oh, no big deal. I can fix the tire.
Yeah, tires are replaceable.
Exactly. So I get out and I realize there's something with the engine. I'm like,
What isn't replaceable?
Knowledge.
No. What went wrong with your car? What isn't replaceable?
So I thought it was just a belt, and then I drove it to an Advanced Auto Parts store afterwards, because I figured they would know something more than I would.
That must have been the closest thing by.
It really was.
That's a pretty.
Yeah, no,
it's a pretty low bar for
like
mechanics.
I don't think I should have done it because she did not sound good. She got worse. It went from a screeching noise to like a loud clunking, shaking the car noise, movement, everything.
Oh no.
But I got it to a mechanic eventually, and he just said, well, first off, the piston misfired, destroyed the whole inside of the engine. He's like, look, you need a new motor. Like, you can't, like, this isn't just fixable. You need a new motor. And the worst part about it is I'm one of those people that I don't forget things. Like I've been pessimistic, like we talked about in the last episode.
Sure.
Last episode or future episode?
Whoa, this is trippy. Yeah, so...
As I talked about in the future stuff, I just feel like I'm going to talk about this later.
just premonition.
Yeah, a little
That's so Raven to the crap out of next episode.
That it's a Hyundai. I brought it to it was a Japanese automotive mechanic, a guy that was actually recommended to me by my best friend's mom. And I bring it in, and first thing is like, yeah, motor, shot, gone. It's like, wow, it only has 130,000 miles on it. And he's like, dude, it's a Hyundai. Like, this happens. Like, this is so common with Hyundais. That,
really?
Yeah, their motors just shit the bed out of nowhere.
That's crazy.
And just him telling me that, I don't even want to look at a Hyundai ever again. Ever again.
Oh, because you thought it was a forever car.
Yeah, I thought this was going to at least last me to like almost 200,000 miles at 130, 100,
Wow.
and I took care of that thing. Like oil changes on the regular,
right?
Premium
I need to
gas.
change my oil.
Yeah, you probably should. But basically, I'm in the car buying business right now. The business.
No, it is a business.
Mindset. It really is. It's freaking tough.
Do you ever notice as adults? I'm so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Go on.
we talk through burps when we're adults. Like when you're a kid, you used to go like, did you hear that?
Good one, right?
But now that we're adults, we go,
Your voice just gets a little deeper and then just keep
and
going.
and so we just kind of like get through it.
No, I agree.
I can't remember which comedian that I saw that from, because I'm not going to take credit for that joke at all. But it's just such an oddity.
It is, if you actually think about it.
It's like, why do we do that? Like, why can't we just be like, hold on one second?
Excuse me. Like a sneeze.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Eventually, we're going to start talking through sneezes. Like, how do we go into the next episode? Oh, boy.
Oh, man, that'll be the next thing after, once we get over this virus stuff, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I can't remember those days when we used to be ashamed to sneeze. Achoo. Oh, sorry. So I interrupted. So you got it, and you were upset at these Hyundais.
Yeah, so like I had back in the day, my very first car was Mazda. It didn't last long. Spark plug misfired, destroyed the engine. I never want a Mazda again, because I hate the fact that like I want the most reliable car. I don't want to sit there and worry about whether or not my car is going to last.
Right.
So this happened at a relatively young age, a young mileage on a car.
I thought you just talked about yourself in fourth person.
No. I'm talking about my baby Rosie.
Like, holy crap, dude.
But like I just don't want a Hyundai anymore, because if a mechanic is telling me it's very common for these engines completely just out of nowhere screw themselves, I don't want it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
No matter how much I would love to have
Because
another
you would just
Rosie,
be stressed
exactly.
driving it around, like
not knowing when
at any
I'm going to be in
time.
this situation again.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm in the car buying business right now. It is rough. Dealers just want to bend you over. I have checked out so many cars. My heart was set on this is going to sound totally not what I'm used to, a 2016 or newer Honda Civic EX.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is
Isn't that
totally
John's
not,
car?
I think so. I
Or
forget.
something similar. He drives something similar.
But that's what I wanted, because I was like, Honda, reliable. I won't be in this situation. It's not a terrible car. It's not the most fun thing to drive. Everybody and their grandma has a Civic.
John would disagree. He
Really?
he puts that thing in sport mode and just freaking goes.
Well, I've been test driving them. I'm like, whoa, these things have a little bit of pickup. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a 4-cylinder engine, but like they kind of go.
It's got a turbo.
I drove a turbo one today, and
really?
it was just cosmetically someone didn't take care of it. But I actually am starting to lean towards a Nissan Altima, because I was there at the dealership and I was like, you know what? I've checked out so many Civics. They are not working. I can't find the one in my budget that fits what I want. So I was like, you know what? That's a pretty white car over there. So I looked at that interior. Amazing.
Butter.
It's a 2019, 41,000 miles.
2019?
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at right now.
Oh, that's right.
21.
So why is it so affordable? For a 2019?
So it's a 2019 Nissan Altima. The reason it is affordable at the moment is because it was in an accident, but it hit a deer.
Oh,
so
deer.
It's not like you got in a car accident. Like Bambi's dead, but
well, at least her mom is.
Yeah. No, Bambi's dead. No, that was Bambi that I think
Oh,
they hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were like, that's the mom, Bambi. Intentionally go for Bambi.
Exactly. But like the only thing that's wrong with it right now is that the hood is a little bit messed up, where water can get into where the headlight is. And like,
it sounds like a headlight problem, because even if your hood is a little bit up, your water shouldn't. Your
you're
water,
correct.
Water shouldn't get into the headlight.
Yeah, correct. But like both, like as I said,
it's a combo.
It
makes it worse.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so together they need to be fixed. So the dealer is going to see what it's going to cost to fix it. If they can fix it, we're going to negotiate price, because frankly, the car, the only issue is it doesn't have the power that I used to have in terms of the Genesis.
What's the gas mileage?
Amazing. Like 38 like combined.
What?
Yeah, not 38. 33. My bad. I was thinking the Civic.
Oh my gosh.
No, Civic is 38 combined. 38, 40 combined. This one's like 34.
You don't know what mine is?
2.
No, guess what mine is. Guess what mine is.
I'm going
realistically.
Like,
Yeah.
15 to 17.
16 and a half.
Wow, could that not have been?
That was literally perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
For those of you who don't know, I drive a Jeep Wrangler, 4-door, lifted, big tires.
Yeah. Gas go. You literally like, you have 3 gauges. You have your RPMs, you have your speed, and then you have literally the gas move down as you
the
drive.
gas
you
needle
watch it go down.
is kind of useless.
It really is.
It's kind of just like, it's just twisting the knife, or it's like, your money's gone.
Yep.
No, that's the thing is like, it's so funny. I don't find it to be that overbearing in how much gas I burn, because what was my other car?
A Jeep Wrangler.
I had a 1997 two-door Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
And so I'm so used to it.
That makes sense. Just imagine if you drove like a Civic.
I would be like, holy crap.
You would literally, like, the gas mileage you would get would be insane. You would literally, like, quadruple the amount of, like, let's just say your trip to, work and back, and then you had a refill. You'd be able to get to work and back like 20 times before you had a refill.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean,
that's the only thing that I do envy, because every time I see John in his little Honda Civic Coupe, like with a little sport, whatever, I'm like, dang, that thing actually looks pretty good.
yeah.
I just don't know if I can see myself driving something different.
That's what I don't see. I don't see it either, because like I want a car that's like a sports car. That's what I see myself in.
I see sports cars as much more mobile though. Like I could see you jumping over to like different cars more easily than like, what's your image of me? Like you see me and then you picture me in your mind. What is Noah driving up in?
A Jeep or a truck.
A Jeep or a truck or whatever.
Truck. Yeah.
It's like,
or like a 4Runner.
Those are my three options.
I don't see you in a sports car. I don't see you in a Civic either. I don't see you. Yeah.
In a little putter, just a little,
no.
like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it.
And hey, no shame. My dad, he's actually the MVP when it comes to cars. He's a legend. So for a while he drove I'm trying to think. It was a Honda
Element?
No, it was like a super
CRV?
No. It's a little tiny one that people soup up.
It's not a Civic, Accord.
It might be a Civic.
Yeah.
I think it was a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
But it was an old Honda Civic.
Yeah.
And these old Honda Civics got like 35 miles to the gallon or whatever. Mm-hmm. And usually people soup them up because they're like low, squatty, and like you can like make them into some a little sporty.
Or Miata, maybe. No?
Nope.
Okay.
I think it was. I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, got a ton of gas mileage. And he loved that car. But unfortunately, it blew up. And so he had to get something else. But he is the kind of guy, and he's told me this multiple times, he loves whatever car he's driving. So if he's driving X car, that's his new favorite car. Mm-hmm. So like him and my mom just switched cars. Because my mom wanted a new car, but my dad's car was nicer, so they switched cars.
Gotcha. What are they?
So my dad was driving, he had a Lexus. It's like a pretty old 2001 Lexus or whatever. But, Lexus, they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
And so even being that old, it's still pretty nice. And my mom was driving a Honda Element. Right? And she loved it. It's great utility, but the thing drives, it's a brick. It's a brick with I drive a brick, but that's
You drive a cinder block, bro.
Dude, I do. It's a big car. And so now my dad drives a Honda Civic. I'm sorry, the Honda Element. Uh-huh. So many cars, dude. And he loves it. He loves that freaking thing. And so whatever car he's driving, he loves. And he actually just invested in a Toyota Land Cruiser.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I'm so bad with sports and cars and everything. I'm so proud of myself for remembering these names.
To your Jeeps.
Yeah, Jeep. That's all I know. I know a lot about Jeeps.
Do the little Jeep wave and just move on.
What's up? But yeah, so he drives. So he got that Land Cruiser and he put it on his insurance plan as a classic car. So it's a little different pay structure for that, but he can only drive it like 2,500 miles a year because it's a classic car. And he literally just like rubs it with a diaper and it sits in the garage because he's going to flip it because he got it for a really, really good deal. He's the master with cars. He makes money off of every single car he buys.
I need him to find me a car.
Like he bought his truck. He had an old truck, a huge 4-door extended bed Ford F-250, bright red. Like it was huge. We called it
Clifford?
You would have thought Big Red.
Wow, clever.
Yeah, very clever. But we loved that car. And so he bought it for I can't even remember, 15?
Yeah.
He sold it for 17.
What a guy.
After 5.5 years of driving it. Wow. And that's the thing. It's people don't realize a lot of times when you buy cars that you can get utility out of the car and then still flip and earn. Mm-hmm. But you have to be smart and very strategic about which car you buy.
Yes, because some cars hold value better than others. Some go up in value. A lot of Hondas keep their value very well.
Yes, that's true.
Kia Optimas
lose
their value. Yeah. Kia Optimas, literally you drive it off and it's worth half.
You know what car does hold its value?
Jeeps. I know.
Jeeps.
Yeah, no, Jeeps 100% do. Jeeps do, and then Ford trucks do as well.
Dude, it's so funny because the market is so saturated with Ford trucks. And I was looking at trucks for a while because that was much more in my price range. And I was like, gosh, dang, there's so many trucks. Why are they all so expensive? Like usually, I mean, think of just pure economics. Like if the market is saturated with an item,
supply and demand,
that item should be worth less, right? But no, apparently there's a high supply and a higher demand because those cars are freaking hotcakes right now.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Also, people who are listening, don't take this that I know anything about cars. I know nothing about sports. I know nothing about cars. I am only speaking right now in terms of I barely know enough to get by about both.
They have wheels.
They have wheels.
Doors, and we drive.
They need oil changes and tune-ups, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But also, mine's really dirty right now. I need to go get it cleaned, outside and inside.
Mine is non-existent, so I need to.
Oh, that's right. The one that you're driving now is
my little sister's.
All right,
it's kind of dirty.
Clean your car.
Yeah, Sarah, it's kind of gross.
It's gross, Sarah.
It is pretty gross.
Your sister's name is Sarah?
She goes by Abigail now, which is she had a midlife crisis kind of thing.
The world midlife, quarter life.
Yeah, well, that's I mean, it depends on when you die.
You're the oldest, right?
Yeah, it depends on when you die, though.
Girl, get it together. What are you doing? Somebody need to come through and just like put a little sense into you.
Yeah.
What's her name? Sarah?
Her name is Sarah. Her middle name is Abigail. She goes by Abigail.
All right,
now.
Sarah, listen. My sister's name is Abigail. Guess what she goes by? Abby. Right? Killed my mom's heart because Abigail's such a pretty name. Just go by Sarah. My dad goes by...
You literally just did not help that situation. You literally just said, because Abigail's such a pretty name. No. Don't go by Abigail. Go by Sarah.
Let me freaking finish. My dad goes by his middle name. My dad's first name. Do you know what my dad's first name is?
Fred.
Michael.
Okay.
You know what his middle name is?
Fred.
Scott. He goes by Scott.
Really?
Office, yeah.
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 I'm I'm not the only person that's thinking this right now, right?
No, it's literally Michael Scott. But no, it's Scott. He goes by Scott because his parents called him Scott.
Gotcha.
And so he was like, I refuse. And also, Noah, do not ever name your kid some name and then call them their middle name. Because every single time you go to anything, doctor's office, paper, you have to do paperwork. They're calling your name. They're like, Michael. And you're like, oh, well, I'm Scott. Yeah, it's Michael. You kind of have to explain everything. Just go by Sarah. Sarah's a great name. I wouldn't name any. I have a bad experience with all Sarahs.
You have not helped this situation whatsoever.
Just go by Sarah.
All right, she's definitely going by Abigail.
I'm so sorry.
The rest of her life. Thank you for that one. Thank you.
Good thing she doesn't listen to this show.
She will now.
Yeah, you got to tell her.
Yeah, I'll tell her. Hey, we mentioned you on the show. You got to check it out.
I try to tell my sister to watch this show. Actually, this last episode that just came out on Monday, because I gave Abby a shout out in the beginning because she is the favorite child. Mm-hmm. And I played that in front of my mom and my sister. And my mom was like, no, Abby's not the favorite. I'm like, Mom, listen, it's okay. Like, I'm not upset that she's the favorite. I've got other things going for me. Like, it's okay. We don't have to go into it. But I've got other things going for me. And she was like, yeah, okay, I was my favorite. Because it's like I put it this way. I was like, which one of us can get you riled up in a bad way the most?
You.
That's me. Which person do you like interacting with more, me or Abby? Abby. So it's like, very simply put, it's like, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I think our relationship's great now. It's much better after going to college for 4 years. But I think...
It's so sad to say. After me being away for 4 years, it's gotten better.
Space is good. Space is good. Space and time heal all. Mm-hmm. And so I love my parents to death. And I have a great relationship with both of them. But yeah, Abby's definitely the favorite kid.
I'm sorry. I think it's rotated. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna say that because that's just me.
Well, literally last week or Monday, you were like, "I'm the favorite."
No, I am the favorite right now.
Okay, still.
I think it was me at the beginning because I was the only child. Nally had it for a little while because then she was the newborn at one point. Then Sarah had it from then till probably about close to high school, and then I think once I matured and stopped being a little angry demon, I became the favorite because I think I became the most responsible. I mean, I was taking care of, my sisters and,
and you're definitely chiseled, so.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, my mom definitely was like, oh, yeah, my son.
He's a smoke show.
Yeah. New favorite.
Gotta hop on the support for that train.
For sure. I think I just give my mom the least amount of headache out of the 3 kids. So I think that kind of.
So the saying goes, and this is one I'm not looking forward to when I have kids, is if you have a boy, it's fine. All you have to worry about is one penis. When you have a girl, you have to worry about all of the penises.
Oh, no.
Is that the issue with your sisters?
Oh, no.
Are you trying to hedge so your parents like? Cause do they listen to this show?
No, my parents don't.
Okay, well then why are you trying to avoid the? Are your sisters like an all the penis situation, or are they like what's going on?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know that my sister is dating somebody right now. Great guy. Shout out to Harrison.
Harrison, hey, hand check.
Natalie, it's not my business, but Natalie's interesting. Nallie's interesting. That's all I gotta say. I will say I don't think that has to play a factor in why I'm the favorite child, though. I don't think so whatsoever.
Does it make you feel more of a man to know that you have successfully locked in your life a little bit?
Yes.
Especially in the eyes of your parents?
Yes. I also see myself as being the person in my family that's probably going to take care of the rest of my family, like if they ever need anything.
Oh, you're going to be the guy that like, hey, can I borrow some money?
Yes. Yeah, I think I'm
also not calling your family schmucks.
No. Yeah, no, but like if my mom needs help, with retirement, I'm going to make sure my mom is retired. I'm going to make sure my mom and my dad and my family are in the best place possible.
Mom, retire.
Retire now. But no, I see myself as being the most responsible. I see myself as being my mom's been the caretaker for the most part of the family, in terms of just working and, making sure food's on the table, things like that. Dad's more so like the protector of the house. But I see myself kind of taking on both of those roles later on in my life, like within the next like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, no,
that's for my whole family.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Well, that's a funny thing about my family is like we're all fairly independent. Like my parents aren't going to need any of my help.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it comes to like obviously just spending time with them, obviously bringing my family in the future to see them. I mean, like they're not going to need my help.
Yeah.
And my sister's definitely not going to need my help, and not in the way that like her and I are toit. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think I can't even remember the last time we've gotten in an argument. Like 20 years. Like I'm 23. Like I think maybe we got in an argument when I was 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean that's like come on. Like you can't say like.
That's rare.
It's very rare. Like you get in arguments with your sisters for sure.
Yes. No, yes. Yeah, actually. I
was
and
not even unintentionally. Recently. Like you are like, screw you.
Yeah, we bicker. we used to get into some like lash out fights, like scream matches, and we don't get into that anymore at all. But it's like we have little bits, like hey, pick up your shirt. She says I'll do it later. It's like no, pick up your shirt. Like
you're just trying to get her goat kind of thing. Well, okay, I can't remember. I think I pressed this after we started recording.
Yeah, it's probably a good place to stop.
But that's a good place to stop. Listen, hey, if you are out there and you have your siblings and maybe you guys are, at each other's necks a little bit, take this podcast as a little bit of a lesson. Say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit more intentional with my relationship here and try to foster that. Because imagine this. You have a family. They have a family. And then you guys can come together and have epic times, holidays, and have some fun.
Or don't do that at all.
Or just cut them out of your life.
Yeah.
Excommunicate them to Siberia.
Let's just slap the hell out of them before you leave and just go.
Yep, that sounds good. So that is Mitchell endorsed, and we will see you on Monday for a special episode coming at you. Actually, no, this is in the future.
Yeah.
We will see you Monday for a normal episode where we will talk about potentially something in the future.
We're killing it right now. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.